What is going on today, guys? We're going to go through my final predictions for UFC Fight Night, Nashville, Tennessee, Derek Lewis versus Talison Teixeira, the 8-0 newcomer in the heavyweight division. He is special, he is good, but with that being said, I still think my main man, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, gets it done tonight. These are super last minute final predictions. I rewatched everything. I've seen the interviews. I saw the press conference thing that they had all the questions and shit. And this is who I'm picking. I'm going to go with Derek Lewis. He said he's been in camp for over 10 weeks, I think. I think it was 12 weeks. He looks in a lot better shape than he usually is. Derek Lewis, he every once in a while he flukes these type of wins, and it's not the first time he's faced a very tall opponent. He faced Volkov, and he got his ass handed to him for almost 3 rounds, and he got the KO late. That's just how Derek Lewis is. He saves the gas tank. He's very, very patient. Now, I will say, the one thing that Talison has on his side, Teixeira has on his side, is he has those low kicks, and he has that range. Derek Lewis does not block low kicks, and I think if Teixeira plays his cards right and goes to the low kicks and keeps his guard up, there's definitely a path for him to win. He's very good, he's very sharp, and he's very long for the division. But Derek Lewis has been out for a while, very committed as what that's pretty much how he seems in the interviews and the backstage talks. I think he's going to be able to get this one done very dominantly. I think it's going to be an early second round TKO. I think he's going to land one of his gnarly overhands, one of those big, and it's going to be over. And it's going to be Derek Lewis, doing his fucking celebration, slamming on the ground. The tongue is out. The pants come off. Who knows? Maybe this time he does bring out the Black Beast and shows the whole fucking crowd instead of just moons him. It's Derek Lewis. Yeah, it's fucking Derek Lewis. This fucking ain't no piece of shit. He's got nothing on Derek Lewis. I'm going with longevity. I'm going with experience. And I'm going to pick Derek Lewis by early second round TKO. Couple ground and pound shots. Controversial stoppage. We all know it's not. Derek Lewis hits like a fucking truck. On to the next. I digress. Gabriel Bonfim versus Stephen Thompson. I'm going with Gabriel Bonfim. I don't think Stephen Thompson has it anymore. I believe he's 42 years old. He's looked a little washed. He's looked pretty washed in his last couple fights, guys. Let's be honest. He's in incredible shape for a 42-year-old. He's obviously got what it takes to be in the UFC, especially at this age. But I think going against a rising contender like Gabriel Bonfim, who does impose his will on his opponents, we've seen the gas tank be an issue for him, but Stephen Thompson is not one of those guys that will take you into the later rounds and beat you cardio-wise. He's a point-for-point type of striker. He doesn't carry a lot of power. He's very tricky to get a hold of, but once you do impose your will, he does bend a little bit at the knee. And, pause, no homo. But it's part of it, Stephen Thompson. He's 42 years old. I hope he can get it done, but I just don't see it happening. I think Gabriel Bonfim's going to submit him, late in the first round. I think it's going to be a quick night in the office for him, and this is a good name to have on your resume for Gabriel Bonfim. I digress. On to the next. It breaks my heart to say it, but it's true, man. The welterweight is becoming one of those divisions that is all newcomers. Everybody's young and up and coming and fast and quick and powerful, and the older guys are starting to fade a little bit, and we're starting to see that. Steve Garcia versus Calvin Kattar. You would be lying to me if you said Calvin Kattar was the same type of fighter that he was earlier in his career. A couple of years ago, whenever he blew out his knee against Arnold Allen, I believe it was. Ever since then, he hasn't been the same fighter, and we saw him look very tight on the feet. We saw him get ragdolled by Aljo. I just don't think he's the same fighter, and I think Steve Garcia is too fast, too quick, too fucking powerful being a marauder on the feet. And I think he's going to be able to get this one done. probably in the late second round. I think he's going to piece up Calvin Kattar in the first round, and it's going to get bad. He's probably going to drop him early. And I think late in the second round, this is how I see it going. Calvin Kattar is going to get his momentum. He's going to get beat the fuck up in the first round like he always does. Second round, he's going to get a little bit of momentum. He's going to be catching him on some shots, dipping, weaving, bobbing, that Philly fucking boxing. And I think Steve Garcia is going to land a gnarly left hook, and it's going to be over. I digress. On to the next. Steve Garcia is the next wave of featherweights coming up. It's the truth. Featherweight's becoming kind of like welterweight, where the older guys are starting to fall and the newer guys are rising as an evolution of that division. Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charrier. These fucking French fucks. Morgan's very tricky on the feet. He has a lot of good kicks. He's very good at range. He will pick you apart and find that sniper shot. Nate Landwehr is Nate the fucking Train. This is a tough one, man. Who will impose their will more? I don't think Nate the Train is the same guy he used to be. I think Morgan Charrier is going to get this one done on the feet. Probably late second round as well. I think Nate's going to start off really strong, as he always does. Come out, make it a dirty fight, and it's just not. I think Morgan's going to catch him on the end of his shots. I say TKO on the ground, controversial stoppage. Morgan drops him with a couple shots, and he's reaching for a leg, and it's one of those where it's like, hold on, he wasn't out, and it's we're saving Nate from lifelong CTE that he already has. I got Morgan by second round TKO. Austin Lane versus Vitor Petrino. This is a layup as if I've never seen one before. Vitor Petrino is a fucking monster. He's been training like crazy. He's been recovering like amazing, as he said in his interviews. He looks like he fits in the weight class well. He is a little bit small, I will say that, compared to Austin Lane, who's obviously a big motherfucker. But he has no chin. I do think Vitor was one of those guys who was getting chinned out at 205 because of the weight cut. And we're seeing him fit into this frame at heavyweight. And I think he's going to get the KO early. It's probably going to be a first round KO. Austin Lane has no chin, unfortunately. These really tall guys, once they get over that 6'5", 6'6" mark, they can't really take shots well. We see it with Volkov. We see it with Austin Lane. We see it with the Superman. He's got the Superman logo on his chest. What the fuck is that guy's name? He's a black guy. Johnny Walker, too, is another one. Not the guy I'm referencing, but Johnny Walker's another one. Really tall, just can't take shots well. I think this is a layup, for Vitor Petrino to really bust into the heavyweight rankings. He does look a little balloony, but it's fucking heavyweight, bro. These guys can do that up there. You see in the top 10. It's like this guy's never looked at a fucking dumbbell in his life. Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tokos. I'm going with Junior Tafa. I think he's a lot better on the feet than Tuco is, and I think he's going to get this one done. He looks sharp on the pads. He looks in incredible shape for a Tafa brother, obviously. He's fought at heavyweight. He knows how to take heavy shots. Tuco's not one of those guys. You're not one of those guys, pal. You're just not one of those guys. Junior Tafa is, and I'm sick and tired of the Tafa disrespect, okay? They should not be on the main card. I completely agree with you. But they should be headlining the prelims. They should be high up on the prelims. They're well known. They stand and bang. They get a crowd going. Get the party. What's that? What is that song? Well, Will Ferrell's Blades of Glory. He's like, gets the people going, man. Yeah, Junior Tafa, yeah. I digress. Max Griffin, Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is going to get this one done. Another easy layup. Chris Curtis is very good on the feet. He said this was one of his easiest cuts ever to 170. He carries a lot of power in this weight class. Not so much at 185. I think he's going to get the TKO early. Probably late first round TKO. Chris Curtis is very good. I digress on to the next. Chidi Njokwani versus Jake Matthews. Chidi has more ways to win. I'm going to speed through these prelims. I know the card starts in a little bit. Chidi's very good on the feet. I think he's going to be able to get this one done. Eduarda Mora versus Lauren Murphy. I forgot Lauren Murphy is a fucking scarecrow and she still lives in this division. She's almost 60 fucking years old. Eduarda Murray's very good. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. I think Kennedy's very good on the feet. I think he has more ways to win. I think those teeps up the middle are going to look very fast for Walter Walker. I don't think he's used to that kind of striking. Unless he gets the takedown early, which I don't see him doing because Kennedy's very good at defending the takedown. I think Kennedy's going to get this one done via TKO in the second round. The first round's probably going to be him getting hugged against the fence, a couple jabs, couple teeps, nothing crazy. And I think in the second round he's going to get it done early. Yeah, Walter Walker's just not that good, man. Mike Davis versus Mitch Ramirez. Mike Davis is pretty good. Mitch Ramirez is okay. I'm going to go with Mike Davis. Yeah, I'm going to go with Mike Davis via decision. Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. I'm going to go with Fatima Klein because she's a big favorite. Till next time, guys. Excited to see this one. Watch my reaction after. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks so much.